Have you ever wondered what it truly means to have unshakable faith, even in the face of danger? Stop scrolling because what you're about to hear may change how you perceive faith and courage forever. This is the remarkable story of Daniel, a story that continues to inspire millions across the world. So settle in, and let's get started. Our story takes place in Babylon, a city overflowing with wealth, power, and all the trappings of a great ancient empire. But it was a land far from the home of Daniel, a man of integrity and unshakable faith in God. Daniel was Jewish, a part of a group of people that had been taken captive to Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar years before. Despite being in a land that worshipped many gods, Daniel never wavered in his faith in the one true God. By the time we enter Daniel's life, he was already widely respected. He had served under multiple Babylonian kings, and his wisdom and ability to interpret dreams had earned him a place of influence in the royal court. But Daniel's heart never turned away from God, even as he walked the corridors of power in Babylon. Let's fast forward to the reign of King Darius. Darius recognized Daniel's extraordinary talent and faithfulness, and he appointed Daniel as one of the highest officials in the kingdom. In fact, Daniel stood out so much that Darius planned to make him his top advisor, a position of immense influence. This, however, stirred jealousy among the other officials and satraps, who couldn't stand the favor that Daniel had found. They began plotting to bring him down. Now, here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. The plotters knew Daniel was faithful to his God, praying publicly 3 times a day. They realized the only way to trap him was through his unwavering devotion. So, they devised a cunning plan. They approached King Darius and suggested a law that no one in the kingdom should pray to any god or human other than the king himself for the next 30 days. Anyone caught breaking this law would be thrown into the den of lions, a gruesome death sentence. Eager to solidify his power and flattered by the suggestion, Darius signed the decree, and the law was put into effect. Let's pause for a moment. Imagine you're Daniel. What would you do? Would you hide? Would you pray in secret? Would your faith falter under the shadow of a law designed to entrap you? Daniel's response was nothing short of inspiring. When Daniel heard about the new law, he did not panic. He did not argue. He did not even try to hide. Instead, he went straight into his home, knelt by an open window facing Jerusalem, and prayed. Not once, not twice, but 3 times a day, as was his custom. Anyone could see him praying, his enemies included. Daniel's commitment to God surpassed his fear of man, even when his life was literally on the line. The conspirators wasted no time. They saw Daniel praying and immediately reported him to King Darius. The king, realizing he had been tricked and deeply regretting his decision, tried to find a way to save Daniel. But the law of the Medes and Persians was irrevocable. Not even the king could change it. That evening, with a heavy heart, Darius ordered Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. Darius watched as Daniel was lowered into the pit, saying, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A large stone was rolled over the entrance, and the king sealed it, ensuring that no one could tamper with it overnight. As Daniel faced the lions in the dark, hungry pit, King Darius spent a sleepless night in his palace. He refused food, music, and entertainment, his mind consumed with worry. What lengths would God go to protect his faithful servant? And here's the miraculous part of the story. You don't want to miss this. At the first light of dawn, Darius rushed to the lion's den. His voice trembled as he called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" And then, from the darkness came Daniel's calm and assured voice. "O King, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not harmed me, because I was found blameless before him, and I have done no wrong before you, O King." Can you imagine the relief that washed over Darius? The king immediately ordered for Daniel to be lifted from the den. Not a scratch was found on him because he trusted in God. However, the story doesn't end there. In an act of justice, Darius ordered those who had falsely accused Daniel to be thrown into the same lion's den, along with their families. The lions, whose mouths had been divinely shut for Daniel, devoured the plotters before they even hit the ground. It was a sobering reminder of God's justice. Beyond this, Darius made a decree that everyone in his kingdom should reverence the God of Daniel. Imagine that. One man's unwavering faith led an entire empire to acknowledge the power of the living God. So, what does Daniel's story mean for us today? It's a testament to the power of unshakable faith in the face of fear. Daniel's story challenges us to examine our own faith. Would we stand firm in our belief if our very lives were at risk? His story also reminds us that God sees our struggles and is always with us, even in the darkest pits of our lives. Whether we're facing physical danger, emotional trials, or spiritual battles, God is able to deliver and protect us in ways we cannot imagine. So the next time you face a challenge that feels insurmountable, remember Daniel in the lion's den. Remember how one man's faith not only saved his life, but also glorified God in front of an entire kingdom. His story teaches us that faith is not just about believing in God, it's about trusting Him with everything, no matter what. Thank you for watching, and let us know how Daniel's story inspires you in your life. If you loved this video, don't forget to share it to encourage someone who might be facing their own lion's den of challenges. And as always, stay tuned for more powerful stories of faith from the Bible. Until next time, remember, faith can move mountains, or in Daniel's case, shut the mouths of lions. See you soon. See